Hello, CC community. This is our recap for Cycle 2, Week 3. I'll jump right in. We did multiplication. We did skip counting for the 5s and the 6s this week. The 5s we just chanted. The 6s have a song, and that song goes like this. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 43, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90. And we did a few different things this week that versus what we've been doing the last few weeks. I know I said we were going to do the same thing for 6 weeks, but I was getting bored, so we had to change it. We still read through the skip counting list the first time through, then snapped through it, and then clapped through it. But then just for variety, we did punches. So I have the kids get in like a squat and they punch through the list, and then they do uppercut punches, and then we called this martial arts. They also had to stand on one leg and not fall over too much. So that was a bit of variety that we introduced this week. Just some ideas as you do math or science if that's what you choose to do. For Latin, we moved from present tense to imperfect tense. So it's first conjugation, and then we swiped our hands. Imperfect tense, because no, that's not perfect. And I don't have a song for it this week. I'm going to do the song for it next week just to change it up and give some variety. So for the chant that we do hand motions as well. It's bam, bas, bat, just on your hips, bamus, batis, bant. Kind of simple. So first conjugation, imperfect tense. Bam, bas, bat, bamus, batis, bant. That's it. Moving on to science, we acted out the different kinds of consumers that we were talking about. So we asked, what are 3 types of consumers? And we answered 3 types of consumers are. We did herbivore, and we snacked on some leaves. Carnivore, rawr, like we're taking a bite of something. And then omnivore, we ate some leaves, so we were having some salad with our steak. Rawr. So what are 3 types of consumers? 3 types of consumers are omnivore, herbivore, carnivore, rawr, omnivore. Very silly. English this week, we worked on the pronoun order, and I did 2 things in class just because chanting this multiple times or singing the song multiple times gets a little bit boring. So the first thing that we did is we acted it out. So if you will pretend that my witch fingers here are children, we got into groups of 3. And so we had one person over here, and then these 2 held hands. And so as you can probably tell, this is our singular, and I explained singular is 1, and then plural, 2 or more. So we had our group of plural kids and our singular kids, and they faced each other. And as we chanted, we moved either the group of singular kids or plural kids, depending on what we were chanting. So what is the pronoun order? The pronoun order is, and then they jumped. First person singular, second person singular, third person singular. So now they're pretty close. And then the plural is going to jump backwards. So they're going to go first person plural, second person plural, third person plural. And they thought that was pretty fun. So we did that, I don't know, maybe 3 times. And then we chanted it and used our fingers just sitting on our little carpets. So we had zeros with both hands, and we said, what is the pronoun order? The pronoun order is, and just using one hand, we did first person singular, second person singular, third person singular, make it 0 again, and then first person plural, second person plural, third person plural. So those are just 2 different ideas. I did them both in class today. You can use either of them or just scratch the whole thing if you have something better. For our timeline hand motions, this is what we did in class today. We made kind of like stuck our thumb up, Hinduism in India. Kind of made like a swirl or a spiral. Phoenicians, so we're going to make a boat. We're going to cruise. And the alphabet, make an O. Olmecs of Mesoamerica. And then Israelite Exodus, we're just going to pass through. And then desert wandering, we're going to wander around the desert. Israelite conquest, so we're going to do the sign for slavery. And judges. Greek Dark Ages. And then Israel's United Kingdom. We're going to link up our hands. So here's what it looks like with the song. Hinduism in India, Phoenicians and the alphabet, Olmecs of Mesoamerica, Israelite Exodus and desert wandering, Israelite conquest and judges, Greek Dark Ages, Israel's United Kingdom. There we go. History, it's a really fun song this week. It's Tell Me About the Crusades. The hand motions that I used in class for that today are as follows. We did Richard the Lion-Hearted. So Richard, we threw up our R's. The lion, lots of roaring today. Hearted, so we're going to make a heart as best you can and put it on your heart. And then son, if you have time, you can cradle an infant. Son of Eleanor of Aquitaine. Then we're going to throw some punches for fought the Turks. So we're going to fought. And then we're going to make a turban with our hand, the Turks. For Jerusalem, make a J. Stir for during the time of the Crusades. We're making a cross to kind of symbolize maybe the Templars. They wore a cross on their chest when they went into battle. So of the Crusades. From, then we're going to bracket it 1095 to 1295. So this is how that goes. Tell me about the Crusades. Richard the Lion-Hearted, son of Eleanor of Aquitaine, fought the Turks for Jerusalem during the time of the Crusades from 1095 to 1291. That's that. Geography, I'll just go over the spots that we went over today, and then I have a little song that I used. They used their dinosaurs again. Dinosaurs are always a big hit, so you can hardly see my map. We talked about Ireland being the small island off of this island that looks kind of like a dinosaur. They decided last week, so we went with it. So the little dinosaur, or the little island over here, okay, that's Ireland. And then England here. Jumping over the English Channel, you land in France. Okay, we trace the whole thing. And then the Iberian Peninsula here, which comes up in geography in a couple weeks, it looks like a face, like a profile. And you can either say, like, this is one of those bouffant hairstyles from the 18th century, or maybe it's a lady with a big bun, or some of the boys thought it should be a motorcycle helmet. So Spain is the motorcycle helmet, Portugal's the face. And I find it really easy that they make that distinction really well when you talk about, like, the back of the head and then the front of the head. So my song for this goes like, Western European countries, Ireland, England, France, Spain, Portugal, Western European countries, medieval geography. And that's just to Amazing Grace. That was it for today. Had a good day at class. I hope you guys all are well rested over this coming weekend. I know we've been battling sickness, and it seemed like some of you are too, so I'll pray that everybody's feeling 100% next week when we come back. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of an overview of what we did for grammar.